So just having those deep conversations has really kind of made me see that there's more to a person. Why am I being emotional? Because I'm an emotional person.
I would hardly cry. But it's there. And if the cry comes, I mean, I can't wait it to come, so...
I agreed yesterday, but they thought I made the suggestion, and they were like so negative about it.
One of the questions being asked on Big Brother Naija Season 10 is, why is there so much crying in Biggie's house? Well, I'm here to explain to you why. So this video is going to be divided into two parts. First, about the second edition of the first diary session when it comes to Big Brother Naija Season 10. And secondly, why is there so much tears? Why are people crying so much in Biggie's house? I would answer that question right here on this episode. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Lucy's Quick One, talking the Big Brother Naija show season 10. 10/10 season. Well, some people have called this 10/tears season. If this is your first time of seeing me, hi, you're very welcome. Do not forget to subscribe and of course drop your comments as we have a conversation. Majorly, I just try to keep you up to date with things happening in Big Brother's house, especially when it comes to the Big Brother Naija season 10 edition of the show. So quickly, yesterday I talked about Gigi, Jasmine and Victory, and how Gigi was really like blushing about her relationship with Victory. Apparently right now I think they're having one or two issues, but they will definitely be fine. And I talked about other housemates whose diary sessions actually struck a chord listening to them speak, either whether or not I did agree with them or whether or not there was just something I wanted to pinpoint. However, today we are faced with another set of housemates who had the opportunity to talk to Big Brother and us about, you know, their journey in the house so far. I mean, it's just been a few days and people have been in different types of emotions. So today we had the likes of Isabella, there was Kouture, there was Connie, there was Damboskid, there was Otega, and they really had time to like speak to Big Brother about one or two things. But I would like to pick some of these people. The very first person whose diary session I would like to talk about will be that of Isabella, and that's because Isabella is one person that has been given a name of either mean or unapproachable in Big Brother's house. So she had a diary session and she was pouring her heart out to Big Brother. Of course, she was also like teary at some point, and then later on she had the opportunity to talk about this particular person called Otega, who is leading the housemates when it comes to their wager task on Friday. And she talked about how it has not been easy working with him, and she has a certain mindset about this guy in her head. We also had the likes of Ivatar, who has already had the kind of confrontation with Otega. She was like, Big Brother, this guy is just being all over the place, he's been authoritative, and I don't like the way he's like the kind of energy that he's giving. I mean, he's just trying to impose his own will and he doesn't allow other people to speak. We also had the likes of Kouture. I'm getting somewhere. Kouture too came on board, talked to Big Brother. I mean, I could read the comments. People were saying, Kouture took all this time talking to Big Brother. Kouture was talking to Big Brother about, you know, the house, talking to Big Brother about how much he has suffered before he came on the show. And then he talks about his relationship with Otega. And while he was also speaking, I just kept on noting the fact that these people were talking about Otega. And then Otega comes up at some point, and then Otega is talking to Big Brother about his own role in the whole thing, and talking about the fact that he has been labeled a particular way, but it just feels like people are seeing him in a very wrong light. And then Big Brother, having listened to everybody talk about him, that's Otega, had to tell him that, see, I think you should learn to micromanage the process and not people. Probably the way you're going about one or two things is not the right way to do it. And you know, there's a wisdom that comes with Big Brother. Sometimes I usually think maybe Big Brother is even a girl or a woman. It could be. Anyways, Big Brother is telling him about how to micromanage the process and not human beings. I mean, they are individual people. So you cannot just come and just impose your own. You have to either understand people and allow people be, or allow people be great in the things that you have assigned them to do, that kind of thing. And then he was like, he's not trying to interfere in anybody's business, and he's just trying to do his job as the head of department or head when it comes to the wager task. And then Big Brother was like, all right, no problem. Now, before the tears, I also had this, I was waiting for this lady, Midday, to come out and, you know, speak to Big Brother about her own experiences, because Midday, like I said in the introductory video that I made, that she's one person that came in, wasn't really friendly with anybody, sat down there in a red dress, and everybody kept on asking me, who who is this lady? So apparently Mide comes and she explains her own side of the story about how she is and how she's trying to take her time to get to know the housemates, and she's not really ready to like just go all in to people. So she's trying to like protect herself and then take her time to get to know the housemates. I was like, all well and good. Now let's quickly talk about the tears. It's been raining tears from this very first person called Koyi in Big Brother's house up until now. Like both men and women have had a healthy bout of tears competition in the house. I mean, people are talking and saying, Big Brother, what's going on? Why are they crying so much? What's going on? And I'm like, number one, people will not really ever get satisfied with anything. These guys are giving you the content that you asked for and you are complaining. However, I think that the reason there is so much tears in Big Brother's house is one of these three reasons. The very first one will be tension. Tension because a lot of them are already feeling like, you know, when you get into a space, number one, you only know yourself and you only know how well you are or how far you've come in when it comes to life. But when you now come into a place where you are seeing different people and maybe what is tenable or obtainable from where you're coming from is not obtainable towards them, you begin to feel tense, like, I don't understand. If I move like this, they'll be like this. If I move like this, you'll be like this. I think it's one of the classic case of K-Bobo when he's always saying things like, it kind of like insinuates things about people's parents. Like first he was talking to Konya and he's saying, now your papa built Lagos, and then you're coming to talk to someone like Mensan and you're saying, who be your mama? Those kind of things. Now maybe those kind of words are words that people will just hear from him and just be like, you know what, it's all good, it's all good. But you're coming to a place where everybody is kind of like in touch with their emotions and feelings. And so there is tension in the sense that people don't know how to turn or what to do, and to be sure that, okay, I hope I'm not doing the wrong thing, I hope I'm not doing the right thing. And the only way to express or to let go of that tension or being overwhelmed is by crying. We have the likes of Dambo's when he was talking to Big Brother today. He kept on saying that at some point he was overwhelmed, he didn't know what to do or how to do, and at some point he was crying or he had to cry. And then he had to explain to Big Brother that, see, it's been a lot being in your house. So right now, allowing those tears come out is just the best thing I can do to express myself. And Big Brother, if you all know him, is one person I will tell you that, see, if you want to cry, please just cry. So I think that one of the reasons these housemates are crying is because of the tension that they feel, and that the only way they can express it is, right, tears. I think the second reason why some of these housemates are crying, listen to me, I'm getting to the third one. The third one is the juiciest. The second reason these housemates are crying, or some of these housemates are shedding tears, is because they have come to the realization that, okay, after all the whole, you know, greeting and getting to know everybody, it's a competition. And everybody's trying to get everybody's attention. I think in as much as these guys don't know that the nomination that they had is a fake nomination, nobody's going home on Sunday, you know, they feel like they might be going home. And since Big Brother says nobody should canvass for votes, I think one of the reasons these guys might be crying maybe because, oh, I just really want to just show that I can really do this and all of that. And the reality of the whole competition is dawning on them. The fact that, number one, they are on their own and they are facing life in different places or in different ways. And so whatever happens in the house will now determine probably how they will go going forward. But I mean, it's not really like that. But like some of the housemates have said, it's when you get into the Big Brother's house that you now realize that, oh, it's not really as I thought it used to be. So I think that some of them are now facing that reality that, number one, it's a competition, and number two, they're just trying to like get the attention that they can get. The last but not the least reason I think these guys are crying is because it could be a script. I would like to give the instance of Kola. For all those who watch Kola's diary session today, I would say that you may have noticed that this guy is quite a talker, an interesting one at that. I really did enjoy his diary session with Big Brother. He was giving classic man, classy man kind of vibes, talking about his fashion and all of that. So he said something about he trying to get to know the likes of Imisi, Rude Boy, Kouture, and some other people, and then he's moved by their stories and how much they have gone or how much they have suffered, right? And then he was getting to tears, and Big Brother was like, hold up, calm down. And then while I was looking at him, I was looking at Kola intently, and I remember what he said when he climbed that stage. He said he would study people and use their own game to play his game. So while he was trying to bring out those tears, I was like, Kola, is this playing? Are you sure that these tears are real? Calm down, my brother. So another reason I think that some of these guys might be crying be just to like get attention and, you know, to play their script. Remember, one of the housemates said when he was on stage, he said that the only time he's not going to be acting is when he's asleep. So we cannot be moved by the water or the tears coming out from your eye. That's why you have to be alert, guys. We have to focus when it comes to this show. So these are the 3 reasons why I believe that these guys are crying. I mean, of course, some people, like I said, are in touch with their emotions, while others, we are not sure that they are really crying for crying's sake, you know. But do not be fooled, we are still playing the game. And that's the reason I think that these guys are crying. If you think that there's another reason why some of these housemates have been moved to tears as quickly as they have, let me know in the comment section. And I got you with more right here on this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, and of course, let's have an interesting conversation. Till next time, remember to enjoy every moment. Bye.